Hey everyone, my name's Brianna Holton. I'm going to present to you my library project on New Zealand. So my research topic was given to me by Elizabeth Hughes. She's in my research cohort for the library class, and she really wants to visit New Zealand one day and wants to know more information about it before she goes. So she chose two different topics for me to research on, and those two were the economy and economic issues, everything that they've been facing in their past, the Great Recession that they went through in 2007, just as we did, the state of their economy right now, everything about their economy she just really wants to know more about. And then she also wants to know more about their largest tourism market because she really hopes to visit there one day. And she wants to make an educated decision on where she should go, where she shouldn't go, what she should do, and what's the best experience that she's going to be able to have. So the resources that I used, there were books, websites, scholarly articles, and databases used to figure out this information. So I chose one from each of those, and the website that I found the most fun and what could be more useful to Elizabeth to figure this out, all this information, is Travel to New Zealand, and it's through Student Universe 2017. It's part of the Flight Centre Travel Group. It's one of the top rated travel groups all around the world, and it's specifically for students. So that's really helpful for her, for anyone else that's in college that really wants to go on a trip to New Zealand. So this says, backpack around the natural playground of New Zealand, filled with epic scenery, unique cultural experiences, and outdoor activities everywhere you turn. So it just really highlights the natural aspect of New Zealand, the things that you can do there that are outdoors, that are super fun to do. And it also has links for students such as Auckland Studied Abroad, why you should visit New Zealand, and things to do on New Zealand's North and South Island. So it just gives you a wide variety of things to consider. For my scholarly article, the British Medical Journal in 2008 brings an article called Inequalities and Mortality During and After Restructuring of the New Zealand Economy, Repeated Cohort Studies. This is by Tony Blakely, Martin Tobias, and June Atkinson, and it just introduces the harmful impacts that the restructuring of the economy had on the people there, the high rise in mortality rates, and everything that the people have been experiencing because of the restructuring of the government. So the New Zealand underwent major structural reform from 1984 to the early 1900s, including the introduction of a substantially flattened tax system, fully targeted income support, a regressive consumption tax, market rentals for housing, privatization of major utilities, user charges for health, education, and other government resources, and a restructured labor market designed to facilitate flexibility. So it's a lot of changes that these people had to go through just because they wanted to restructure the economy to make it work. And this shows that it didn't, because in reality it decreased the mortality rate for a lot of the people there, and people died because of the stress that they were under, their health issues that they were overcoming. And this just contributes to the difficult fiscal past that they've already endured. So, on a lighter note, one of the books that I liked was Ecotourism, A Sustainable Option. And this was written by Dr. Erlich Kater with editing from Gwen Lehman. And this is published by Wiley Publishing in 1994. And Wiley also has published the work from Edgar Allan Poe, so it's a very well-known author that gives them a credible source. And from here it says, increasing environmental awareness has also led to a rise in travel to destinations offering a wealth of unspoiled nature, which is exactly what New Zealand has to offer. And this particular book provides an insight, provides research, detailed case studies, and theoretical perspectives on the environment and ecotourism as a whole. And ecotourism, in a sense, is just tourism in the environment. So this book just really explores more about the effects that it has, whether it's beneficial or not, and the things that you can do when you are trying to do ecotourism and the best way to do that. So the most helpful database I found was ProQuest Australia and New Zealand database. ProQuest is not an acronym, but it covers anything from health to business to the economy to tourism, everything. So specifically, the database from about Australia and New Zealand, it's multidisciplinary, just like ProQuest is. Um, and it's from technology to humanities to anything really. So I was able to find a lot of my information through this. The database vendor was ProQuest in the name, and ProQuest supplies over 90,000 sources, which is a lot. So how to access ProQuest? So we go to the library website and we hit the find and search. Under the search tools, we have databases. So we're looking for ProQuest. So we'll go to the P, scroll all the way down to where we find ProQuest. And then under ProQuest, we'll find the New Zealand and Australia one, which is right here. Ta-da! So what's really cool about our library website is this is offered to us as UNCW students, and when we're on campus, we have access to this. But if you're off campus, then you just have to log in with your UNCW info, and then you can have direct access to it, which I think is the coolest thing. So when you're searching for stuff, they have a basic search right here, which has full text, peer-reviewed, and scholarly journals. You can type in anything that you want to search for. It's really a good way to figure out just a basic search of whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something more in depth, you can go to advanced search, and this has, you can type in New Zealand tourism like I have before. You can search for that word or words in the document title, the caption, in the reference from a cited author. You can add more information about it to broaden your search. You can limit it to full text, peer-reviewed, scholarly journals. You can limit it to the publishing date that you want. And the really cool things about it is you can select the document type. Say you want an editorial or news about New Zealand tourism. You can click that and you can find that. And then say you speak Polish and you want to read information about that in Polish. You have that option as well, which I think is the really cool thing about it. So when you're researching, you can use truncations, which is an exclamation point, a hashtag, different symbols, so that way you can broaden your search. And it's cool because the results give you various endings. So if you have New Zealand tourism and you use an asterisk at the end, you get a little more information because it shows you that you can have New Zealand's or New Zealand. And additionally, I just wanted to go over the wildcards that are also that you can use. You can use the, you can use the wildcards to broaden your search too, and you can use the same type of symbols, and it's just for different spellings that you can have in those things. So if you're New Zealand and you're searching, say economy was spelled differently in New Zealand, they spell different words in a different way, such as color, C-O-L-O-R, they spell it C-O-L-O-U-R, so that may not come up in your regular search, so you want to use a wildcard for that. So I'm going to conduct a sample search on New Zealand. New Zealand economy. I'm using the advanced search. So here you have just a lot of different things about it. You have 97 results. You can choose the full text, peer-reviewed, scholarly articles. You can see that there's so many options. It's sorted by relevance. You can narrow your results, peer-reviewed, scholarly journals, publication date, company. You can even go down here and see about the language. You could do that again. And it just offers you so many different ones that you can do. You can cite it, you can email it, you can print it, you can save it. There's so many options. Right here it gives you, this is part of the abstract, so it'll give you a little snippet of what it's going to talk about. Up here is the title, and the words highlighted are what you used in your search. So, as I said, you can, in order from relevance, the results have a tool. You can search by date as well. Abstracts are found under the title. Citations can be found. You can click on the citation tool. You have the option to choose full text or PDF. You can cite, email, or print. And I really think that it's been useful for my research to look on New Zealand's website through ProQuest and see, or database, I mean, and see just the different information, that scholarly information that I can find. And I would definitely use it again for research if I ever had to look up anything on New Zealand or Australia. But I don't foresee that happening. So my findings really were on ecotourism as a whole, the positive and negatives of it, which I thought was really interesting to consider. Um, the positives were that it's fun, it's new, it's exciting, you're in nature, and the negatives were also that you could be destroying nature, um, that the economy should be driven by more things other than tourism. And then it was really cool to see about the historical contributions from the failed economy that they had, the things from the past that contributed to what their present looks like, why they went through that recession, why everything happened. And the most difficult thing that I had was every time I searched for stuff, it wouldn't give me the economy, it wouldn't really give me the tourism, even though I used the special truncations and wildcards and search topics. It still wanted to give me stuff about health or psychology or something other that was not related. So I really had to dig for some information. And here are my citations. So thank you for listening, and I hope you know more about New Zealand now. Thank you.